Hi, what's up, guys? Devin back here to talk about my core plays for DFS on Draftkings. Um, After looking at some things a little bit more, let me knock this down to the last one for. So after looking into things a little bit more, looking at guys. Looking at Pete Dye past, results and who was the best on Pete Dye, I'm wrestling between two ways to. I always talk about like my single entries because those are the ones that I really want to nail. So I am wrestling between the idea of going with a more balanced build or going with starting with John Rahm. And the reason why I'm kind of getting to this now is John Rahm has a good history here at this course. He, didn't play his best golf last week. He kind of blew up on the weekend after being the first round leader. And he right now, especially if we look at ownership as of right now on Monday night, Fantasy National has John Rahm at only 12% ownership. And so I've been wrestling with the idea of starting with John Rahm or starting with two 9K guys. And if I start with two 9K guys, it's going to be probably Patrick Cantlay and Colin Morikawa. So I've been wrestling with this like all day and seeing. I hate to say it, but I feel like I'm going to end up going in the John Rahm route. I just. Man, he's just been so good. He's been so good. And so, I don't know. So, right now, I'm not going to. I don't want to say it's a core play, but I will talk about some other guys that are for sure core plays for me. I'll talk about three of them that are going to be absolutely for sure going to be in my lineups. And this, to start with, we're going to talk about down here in the 8K range. We're going to talk about Tom Kim. I really like Tom Kim this week. Shorter course. Everybody's been, playing him because they think he's like the second coming of Tiger Woods after, the way he started on the PGA Tour. And he's kind of been letting people down. And he's, stacked in the middle of Jason Day, Shane Lowry, Tyrrell Hatton, Tommy Fleetwood. All guys that are going to, especially Jason Day, who is going to pick up a lot of ownership. So I think it's a possibility that he comes in lower owned than what we're seeing right now. Probably not, but I'm hoping. I like him. It's scary. This is his first time at this course. Typically, that's not good, especially at TPC Sawgrass. But it's a shorter course. He's going to need to hit fairways, which he does. His approach game is really good. It's really going to depend on if he can get the putter going. And if he can get the putter going, and I can see him being at the top of the leaderboard on Sunday. So I really like Tom Kim. He is probably going to be he is a core play for me. And I'm locking him in. And I'm gonna just hope. I think a lot of the recent courses are more suited for guys that are a little bit longer. And I think it's a mixture of the courses being for longer guys, him seeing these courses for the first time. So I think it's a mixture of all that. I think where Tom Kim is really going to be successful is on these shorter courses. So, when Heritage comes up here soon, play him there. So I like Tom Kim this week. He's going to be in my lineups, and he's my first core play. Which leads me to my second core play. And it pains me to say because yesterday I was talking about his ownership and how I didn't want to eat it, even though I really liked him. But the more and more I look at it, it is hard to deny what Jason Day is doing right now. And he's also coming back to a course where he's had success. He plays well on Pete Dye courses. He's played well here. Let's just take a look here. So it's hard to deny what he's doing right now. I mean, his numbers are crazy. Look what he's doing. Arnold Palmer gains 3.3 tee to green, basically 0 on approach, and a 1 off the tee, gaining 2.4 around the green, and he's gaining 4 with the putter. So this is really where his putter has just been lights out. At Genesis, gains 4.3 tee to green, 2.6 of that off the tee, loses half of a stroke on approach, gains 2.2 around the green, and he gains 4.3 with the putter. It's a 9th place finish. At Phoenix, 5th place finish. 7.2 tee to green, 3.2 off the tee, 3.2 on approach, 0.8 around the green, and then 3.7 with the putter. And what does he do at Farmers the week before that? Well, 4.4 tee to green, 3.6 off the tee, almost loses 2 strokes on approach, 2.6 around the green, and then he gains 5.8 with the putter. At American Express, 2.9 tee to green, 1.2 off the tee, 2.4 on approach, lost almost a stroke around the green, but gained 4.9 with the putter. His putter has been undeniable, even going back to Shriners where he finished 8th. He didn't even gain that much with the putter, but 5.4 on approach, 4 off the tee. I think it's just so hard, I don't want to eat it because it's just like I'm not the player that plays willingly, like knowingly plays chalk, unless I really am that confident in the guy, and I'm just really confident in the way he's been playing. But let's look at what he's done here at TPC Sawgrass in the past. So 2022 at the beginning of the year wasn't playing great, coming back off an injury, but 2021. 35th place finish, and he lost almost 8 strokes putting, and he still finished 35th. 2019 he finished 8th. 2018 finished 5th. 2017 60th, so barely made the cut. In 2016 he won, missed the cut in 2015, 19th in 2013, 2012 missed the cut, 2011 6th, and in 2010 missed the cut. So the Jason Day that we're seeing right now is like the guy that we see, especially in 2016 when he won. What he did in 2018 is what he's doing now. What he did in 2019 is what he's doing now too. So if he repeats what he did in 2016, 2018, 2019, which the strokes that he gained these years looks very similar to what he's doing right now, you see what he can do. So I like Jason Day, and he's core play number 2, and I don't care. I don't care how old he is. I'm playing him. And you know what? It'll probably be the week that he misses the cut terribly. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm in on Jason Day. If I play John Rahm, a guy I'm gonna have to go down to the 6K range. And I told myself yesterday, I'm not going to go down to the 6K range. But there are some guys down here that I really like. And the more that I look at it, I really like Davis Riley. And I hate to say that, because it's just because he's coming back into form. But, Davis Riley is a very, very streaky player. But what I like is courses that we, compare TPC Sawgrass to. The Wyndham, at Sedgefield, 13th place finish. Also, Charles Schwab, Colonial, 4th place finish. He did miss the cut at Heritage last year, but man, these I don't know, and he's coming back, and he's a streaky player. I mean, look what he did here. Back in mid 2022, so he misses the cut at Heritage, and then he comes back the next week at the Mexico Open, finishes 5th. Then 9th at the AT&T Byron Nelson, then 13th at the PGA Championship, then 4th at Charles Schwab, then 13th at the Memorial. And then, he 31st at US Open, 64th at Travelers. Then he misses 2 cuts, comes back at Wyndham 13th, 31st at St. Jude, 54th at BMW. I mean, those are smaller field events. And he basically was like the lower end of the BMW because there was only 70 players there last year, so that's not too good of a performance. But misses the cut at Fortnite, then 19th at Sanderson, barely makes the cut at Zozo. Same thing kind of with the CJ Cup. Then 21st at Worldwide Technology, 27th at Houston Open, and then he misses 3 cuts. And then he gets 29th at Honda. And then last week at Arnold Palmer, he finishes 8th. And what's up with this putter? Let's look at what he was doing with his putter back at this streak. 9.4, 3.1, less, almost a 0, 2, 2.9. So I like that he gained 5.5 last week at Arnold Palmer on similar grass that we're going to see here at Sawgrass. So, if I'm starting Jon Rahm, Davis Riley, even if I'm going balanced, balanced for me right now, the balance lineup that I'm doing is 2 9K, 3 8K, 1 6K. So Davis Riley is a guy I'm really looking at, and he's probably going to be a core play of mine with either build that I go with. Now, if I'm doing the Jon Rahm build, Jon Rahm is obviously going to be a core play. And I mean, we don't got to go deep into Jon Rahm. I mean, we know what he did. What really hurt him last week was off the tee. I mean, he lost 6.8 strokes off the tee. But his approach numbers, still great. 2.3. 2.3 around the green, 3.6 with the putter. So, this is kind of an outlier. And I'm not too worried about it. That's why I kind of want to go to him, especially when people don't want to because of his price and also because he had a poor performance. But let's just see, let's see what he's done when he has a less than 10th place finish, okay? Let's go back to the Open. 34th. Then he comes back in his next start, gets 5th at St. Jude. All right? Let's see where else. PGA Championship, 48th. And he comes back at the Memorial and gets 10th. Pete Dye. That's not a Pete Dye course. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. 27th at the Masters. Wins at Mexico in his next start. So, I'm not too worried about it. Even, for instance, 2021. Missed the cut at Wells Fargo. 34th at Byron Nelson. And then guess what? Comes back at the PGA Championship. 8th. Then his next start at the US Open, 1st. Then a 3rd, and then 9th, and then 2nd. I mean, come on. It's Jon Rahm, guys. Best player in the world. And there's a reason for it. I don't think this number is going to happen again. And if this number doesn't happen again, and we see these numbers again, or we see almost 12 strokes on approach like he did at Genesis, Jon Rahm's probably going to win the tournament. So I'm really looking at building with Jon Rahm. I haven't settled on something I like so far. So if I go the Jon Rahm build, Jon Rahm is core play. So then in that build, it's Jon Rahm, Tom Kim, Jason Day, Davis Riley, and then fill in the other two. If I'm not doing the Jon Rahm build, the core play in the other build will be Patrick Cantlay. Now, the only thing that's worrying me about Patrick Cantlay right now is his ownership is rising, and I don't know how I feel about that. But another guy that's good at Pete Dye courses. Now, his history at this course, not so good, but you can't deny what Patrick Cantlay's been doing recently as well. I mean, a third and a fourth, and a third at the Genesis and a fourth at the Arnold Palmer. His putter hasn't really been the strong suit of his game, but I mean, off the tee he's been amazing. On approach he's been amazing. So I like him, but then everybody be like, "Whoa, look at his course history." Yeah, I mean, true, but this is a volatile course, and you could have a guy that misses 4 cuts, 5 cuts in a row, and then he, finishes in the top 5. So I'm not too worried about that. So if I'm not going Jon Rahm, I'm more than likely starting my lineup with Patrick Cantlay. So the 3 for sure core plays: Tom Kim, Jason Day, Davis Riley, and then if I'm going Jon Rahm is the 4th core play. If I'm going a balanced build, Patrick Cantlay is the 4th core play. So have that which you will. I hope that helps you out. I was just doing a little bit deeper of a dive on these guys. If you want to take one more look, I did it yesterday, but Pete Dye course history, we'll see what we got here. So you have, I don't even know what Crooked Stick is. I don't even know if that's a course that's played anymore. But you have Harbor Town, which is played all the time. Kiowa, which is still played. The Stadium Course, TPC Louisiana, TPC River Highlands, TPC Sawgrass, and Whistling Straits. So, who ranks out the best here? Let's see. Shane Lowry is number 1 in the last 24 rounds on Pete Dye courses. Then Corey Connors, then Sung Jae, then forget Daniel Berger and Tiger Woods, but then Adam Scott, Keegan Bradley, Jon Rahm. Look who's 2 down from Jon Rahm, Patrick Cantlay. So, that's just what I'm looking at this week, and I got a feeling I'm probably gonna go with Jon Rahm, and I never played Jon Rahm, so this will probably be the week where he craps the bed again, and I am mad. So that's what I got for you guys. That's the core plays this week. Just kind of elaborating on what I had yesterday and showing you a little bit more of my process and how it can change a little bit as I look a little bit more into things or as the week goes on. Who's to say when I get to Wednesday that it doesn't completely change? But as of right now, yes, this is the other one that we need to look at. We need to look at the wind real quick. So I just looked at Jacksonville because that's basically where TPC Sawgrass is. So looking ahead at the weather. So Thursday, it's pretty much the same through the day. 6 mile per hour winds at 7 a.m., 8 at 10 a.m., 9 at 1, 8 at 4, 8 at 7. Gusts get up to 14 in the morning, but then they settle down to 10, 10, and 8. So nothing crazy there. Friday, however, now this is kind of interesting. Friday, you have 5 mile per hour winds at 7 a.m., 9 at 10 a.m., 10 at 1 p.m., and 10 at 4 p.m. Gusts in the morning at 15, 14, 16, and 17. So the gusts are pretty similar, but the steady wind picks up as the day goes on. So I guess you could technically say the PM, AM guys have an advantage. But when we get to the weekend, everybody's gonna not have a good time. But it's not gonna be as bad as last week. So, and then Sunday looks pretty good as of right now. So, if there is an advantage, it's slightly to the PM. But even if the wind doesn't really give an advantage to a wave, you're still gonna have guys that blow up even without wind because of the water and the trouble that you can get in here. It's a volatile course, so take it as you will. I played the stack last week. The numbers said, hey, guess what? 36 players in the PM made the cut, and guess what? 36 in the AM made it. So, I don't know. Take that as you will. I'm not going to worry about the win this week, personally, because I did last week, and it kind of hurt me because I switched off of a lineup that had Scotty Scheffler and Victor Hovland for a lineup that had Rory McIlroy and like Tom Kim, and yeah, it just was. I probably shouldn't have switched, but that's beside the point. I'm not looking at the advantage. I don't really think there's that much of an advantage. But if you want, hey, there's I guess a little bit of an advantage for PM, AM guys. So PM guys on Thursday, AM guys on Friday. So hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit. That is gonna wrap up my content for the week. I wish everybody the best of luck, and remember, when we get to 50 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. Leave a comment, leave a like if this helped you out a little bit more. Just kind of, this is more of me talking through my process more than anything than it is talking through, each player and what I like. Just kind of showing you how I'm thinking on what I'm going to do here. So, yeah, that's going to wrap up the video. Good luck, everybody, this week. Make sure you hit a winner in one and done, because this is the biggest prize for first place that we will have all year. And I'm telling you what, if you pick the winner and they win $4.5 million, that's going to help you out a lot in one and done. So make sure you get the right guy. This is a great place to burn a big guy. If you got Jon Rahm, burn him. You got Scotty Scheffler, burn him. But I'm not burning him because I'm saving him for something else. So good luck, everybody, and I hope we all can win some money on bets on Draftkings and move up our one and done board, because I definitely need it. All right, have a good week, everybody.